lack in, body figure, they more than make up in heart. And in a relationship, that's all that matters is heart.
Well,
Right.
well, the thing is that we all need to remember is that eventually, given time, we're all going to lose that outward look, anyways.
Well, yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Oh, yeah.
And my girlfriend, dude, I love her to death.
Mhm.
And the reason why I find her that way is she has not only self-respect, she respects other human beings. She has really healthy boundaries. She knows how to treat people when she disagrees with them. All these things that are really, really important for the development of human character. That's what I find sexy.
Exactly.
Or sustaining sexy.
Exactly.
Right?
Because that is the true heart of a woman, is to keep it. And this might sound sexist. I don't know, but to keep a man's mind and heart true. Actually, that doesn't sound sexist at all. But who cares about body size? Because I've seen America's Top Models, and I look, I don't watch it on a daily basis or anything like that. But I scanning through channels, yeah, I've seen it, and honestly, no, I don't want that at all. Are you kidding me? I feel like I'd break them. I mean, put them in bed, you freaking break them in half. But and that's the thing is, women have this, this image that they should be, petite, skinny, petite, or whatever. Have no waistline, no curves, no nothing. Men like curves. Okay, we love curves. And any man out there that says differently, then he just doesn't know what he likes.
Right.
But just getting back to the topic at hand here, other than women. I mean, I can go on that all night long. But restricting the press, okay, and one. I mean, we know with like Fox News, okay, they say they're fair and unbiased, but honestly, if you watch them, come on, I mean, they're all on the Republican side or the conservative side. You watch CNN, they're more on the liberal side or the Democratic side. So there is no such thing as fair and unbiased on either side of the aisle. Now,
Right.
I don't know if it was you, Ernie, or you, Jason, that said that news should be unbiased, and honestly, that's what it should be. It should be unbiased. That is what I learned in journalism school. Is that journalism should be unbiased. It should show both sides of the coin. First you talk about one side, and then you rebuttal against the other side. That is what journalism is. But however, we really in this country have not had any true journalism going on other than citizen journalists, and even then, those citizen journalists have been biased as well. I mean, there have been some, and I will say, there have been some that have been unbiased that show both sides of the coin. Which, to those out there that show both sides of the coin, I applaud you. I applaud you because that is what true journalism is all about. Not what you see on mainstream media. That is not true journalism at all.
Nope. And it doesn't help the fact either that some of those news agencies in the past were openly sued in court, and then the court ruled in favor of those mainstream media outlets, saying that they were entertainment and they didn't have to tell the truth.
Well, and you know why they did that? Because they were afraid that those outlets would oust them, and their careers would basically be over.
Yep.
I mean,
Living
trust
in
me.
Fear.
Trust me. Like I said, I worked for mainstream media. I worked for ABC, okay, which is probably one of the most liberal, networks out there. And trust me, I found out firsthand how liberal they were or are. And you have no idea. I mean, I can sit here and tell you all the different story ideas I pitched to them that were on the on the conservative end of things, and they just rolled their eyes and yeah, we're not going to run that. Okay, go back to the production room, kind of thing. It's like, well, that's what journalism is, isn't it? But no, when you get out into the real world, no, that's not what journalism is. So. Now the last thing here, and we only got 9 minutes left, and I do have a nice little written speech for everyone here. But this is step number 9 out of the 10 steps, and obviously we're not going to get through all 10 steps. But it's recent criticism as espionage and dissent as treason.
Yeah, we did that one already.
We did that one. Okay. Okay. Now, number 10 is subvert the rule of law and establish martial law. Now,
it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
And here's the thing. We haven't reached martial law yet. But we have reached the subvert of the rule of law. Now, I know we do have another caller coming in. It's CJ Abernathy. How you doing there, CJ?
When I was in the Marine Corps, my sergeant major used to say, Abernathy, Abernathy, Abernathy. What am I going to do about you, Abernathy? I haven't had anybody call me Abernathy in the longest time. So I just wanted to before you close out your show, I wanted to point something out. Uh-huh. You mentioned the farmers and the percentage there, and I tried to shoot you the stats.
Right, 15%?
It's 15% of the workforce, or roughly 21 million people. Now, wow. 2% of families and corporations own this farming industry. If we were to ever have a revolution in this country, I'm telling you, it would be felt not only through hunger, through pain and suffering, because we would lose our farming infrastructure. Mm-hmm. And we would have instantly 21 million people that wouldn't be farming lands, that wouldn't be making those oranges, or making that canola, or getting that barley. We would have a beer shortage. We would have all kinds of unintended consequences that this country would not be ready for.
Right. Yep. Well, and here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up to CJ, or I should say Abernathy. I'm glad you brought that up. Because let's just say that our worst nightmares are confirmed. That revolution does happen. And, the thing is, a lot of towns, a lot of states out there are going to be affected. Probably all of them are going to be affected. And it's going to come down to the communities that we live in. And everyone in your community has their own special skill. Now, myself, yes, I do have a green thumb. Okay, I do know how to plant vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. But the other thing, too, is I know medical. Emergency medical care and stuff like that. That I know. So it's going to come down to, okay, what do people know? There are people out there that are carpenters. There are people out there that are electricians, masonries, whatever. To keep a town functioning. And basically, you're shrinking from a country down to a small town. Yep. Is, okay, what does everyone have to bring to the table? Yep. What can they do? How can they do it? And how quickly can they do it?
Well, here's the question, Nick, let me ask you this. if we did have a revolution,
Yes.
and I'm talking the full-on revolution that you guys proclaim that could happen, and we're on that ticking clock, do you think you'll be able to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac? Or do you think
Oh, hell no.
do you think you'll be able to go to Walmart and buy groceries or
Nope.
house supplies?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
These things will be raided, looted. There'll be militias that will rise up, and there will be no oversight from any imaginary government. So people don't understand the impact that this could have. And, they say shut down the federal government, and you guys are right. Well, what happens? A bunch of bureaucrats go home, and it comes down to our local communities.
Right. Well, I hate to cut you off there, CJ, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Is, when it comes to towns, there's hunters out there, there are butchers out there, farmers out there, everything.
Yeah, but you're talking freeways would shut down. You're talking whole communities would shut down. You're talking it's not just going to be drive 5 miles out into the wilderness and shoot.
Well, honestly, CJ, we only got 4 minutes left in the broadcast.
Yeah,
here.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. But I do recommend people, if you have Netflix, watch the TV series Revolution. Okay, because there you will have a good idea of what will happen. Okay? So, now, to my little speech that I've written out. Now, Americans, usually at the end of the show, I go on a rant. I'm not going to do that today. What I'm going to do is say that we are one in name. Let us be one in force. Now, just as our founding fathers fought among themselves in May 1787 during the Second Continental Congress, to which, at this time, only 5 state delegates had arrived. The same has occurred within our own patriot groups, the Tea Party, and others. We all want constitutional restoration, and all have ideas of how to do this. I'm not here to say that my ideas are better or more right than yours. What I would say is that we, as Americans, can come together and work to find the common ground as long as our goal is reached. By restoring our founding document, we can then start to reignite the American dream. The dream where if you work hard, receive a good education, you can make your life whatever you want it to be. But in order to achieve this, dream, we must rid ourselves of those that serve to turn our dreams into horrific nightmares. Now, we must rid ourselves of the corporation within our own government. All the way to the top of the federal level, through our state, and
where are you?
And even to our local levels of government. As Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence, we the people govern have the right to hold those accountable, and if we needed to abolish such governments and institute a new one